So I've been saying for a while, Battletech, is this the golden age of Battletech? Or if you've been playing for a while, the relaunch of the golden age of Battletech. I've seen more and more, not just from the Catalyst Kickstarter and the release of the game of Armored Combat and the starter set, absolutely fantastic. But even going back a little bit before that, the various digital assets pushing out Battletech, not only keeping it alive, but bringing in new players. And for all the years that I've been playing and enjoying and plan to continue playing Battletech, I've seen such a massive influx of players to the game, new players, returning players. And one of the interesting things about this leads into the question, and we're going to ask the question, the Battletech Tactica of the day, of the moment, and then a little bit of background before I fire off some mechs, and then of course you'll fire off your mechs. Are new players coming to Battletech right now, are they in a better position mentally, the mental tactica, in terms of utilizing and selecting mechs compared to some of us who've been playing for a while and perhaps have some baggage, some emotional baggage, some tactica baggage tied to the mechs that we play? All right, let's take a step back and frame that. There's kind of this interesting journey in terms of wargaming, and this is not exclusive for Battletech. This happens in any wargaming system. I really started to notice it when I was playing Warhammer 40,000, which is a sci-fi based miniatures game. And the idea behind that, what I noticed was when new players entered into the game, their focus was winning. Now, yes, it's a war game. It's a competitive game. We want to win. But their focus was on winning at almost all costs. And one of the reasons why I noticed this was in the beginning of playing, feedback is important. You're investing this time into miniatures. You're investing this time into models and other things. And one of the ways that you can validate I'm on the right path is literally by victory or defeat. You win a lot of games, you must be doing something correct. You lose a lot of games, we need a little bit of feedback. We're going to hop on some YouTube channels and figure out what's going on. So you're not always tied to, as a new player, to ideas such as the myth of the game, the narrative of the game, cool models of the game. And I'm not speaking for anybody. I saw this in my own way when I jumped into X-Wing miniatures. At the time, I was playing Wings of Glory, fantastic wargaming system. X-Wing Miniatures is completely based on that, and it was a great way to jump into an amazing fan base, an amazing player base. I mean, like, who doesn't know the Star Wars universe? Who doesn't know the X-Wing Miniatures platform? So jumping into that, there were so many players at the club who were like Star Wars enthusiasts. They live and died Star Wars. And I was able to totally destroy them, just to be ruthless and annihilate them, not even with win at all cost lists, but simply because I wasn't tied to the myth of like, that would never be played in this era, or these two ships would never go together, or you can't have this many ships because it's an elite ship. And I'm not making a judgment. They were bound by that code. I was bound by a similar code in Battletech. Okay, so jumping back into Battletech, and now we'll name off some mechs. I'm at a point in my wargaming, can we call it a career, or just a place, where the narrative is important. We're taking some time, stepping out of space and time, stepping out of responsibilities, work, family, school, life, all that type of stuff, and we're going to roll some dice and we're going to have some fun. I'm going to do my best to win, but part of it is I've had a lot of victory. I've had a lot of defeat. I've been up there at events and tournaments and, win and get to experience that rush of glory. I'm still going to pursue tabletop glory, but I want to kind of this trifecta of, I want us to have a good time playing. I want to win, but I want to do something cool on the tabletop. I want to go for that rarity of I'm just going to run that stinger right up there and just, I don't even know tactically how it's going to reach the Atlas, your Atlas, but I'm going to run up there and I'm going to just try and punch your Atlas in the head, and maybe you fail that consciousness check, like the lulls of that, or just something crazy happens. I want to try and create all those three things. But from a competitive standpoint, what I've noticed is, even taking that into account, with the Battletech miniatures that I have, literally I pull out some of these mechs, and we're talking like real time, no joke, 15, I'm trying to crunch the numbers here, 10, 15, 20 years of playing that type of mech in campaigns against friends, against frenemies, against all sorts of players. Years ago at Battletech type events, there's some living history. I'm putting my rifleman down on the table. I've got my Deadeye rifleman down on the table. Is it a good mech? No, it really isn't. And I know there's rifleman players out there. I'm one of them. We all have our favorite mechs that we make work or that we enjoy playing, but optimally speaking, they're not the best mech, either in the rules or in the narrative, the way they were built, with the tech, with the functionality. But we love these machines. The Warhammer, the Marauder, the Rifleman. Phoenix Hawk is pretty good. You know, I think it's the core of, back in the day, what was the unseen, now re-seen, now kind of re-released in plastics. Seeing those mechs and playing those mechs, like, that's Battletech. I have so much history in them. There's a good chance, well, there's a positive chance that if I'm playing one lance or if I'm playing multiple lances, you're going to see constantly some of these iconic mechs, and some of them are good, like the Awesome. I play the Awesome all the time. We explored that a couple of weeks back up in the Battletech archive. Awesome is a good mech. Rifleman, not the best mech. Warhammer, solid, but it has some challenges, heat and the legs and other weapons configurations. Our new Battletech players, they don't have that baggage. They're coming in, and even if they haven't seen Robotech, they're looking at a mech and they're like, all right, yeah, it looks pretty cool, looks pretty beast. And then they crunch the numbers. They look at the C-bills / battle value. They look at the heat sinks and they're like, you know, this machine has some problems. Maybe I'm better off taking a catapult. Maybe I'm better off taking a Jenner. And approaching the game from that perspective, it seems like they have more of a choice where they say, I'm going to play the optimal machines. Or they realize, hey, these mechs are not that great. Maybe I'll play one rather than playing the lance of 4, where I'm like, I got to play these because we got the history, we got the lulls, we got the cool factor. You know, I'm going to throw down just that classic unseen lance. Our new Battletech players coming into the game, do they have a better tactical advantage compared to some of us that have been playing for a while, and not in a bad way, bring in that good and interesting Battletech baggage?